Want a treat? Oh, good doggies! Hi, welcome to Dog Feed TV's Canine Cuisine. I'm Vanessa Pang. We've been cooking up bag-worthy treats here in our kitchen. Making your own treats is fun and easy, plus they can be way healthier than the store-bought kind. Today we'll be making a sweet treat and a diabetic-friendly one. Now, let's get started. What, you want a treat? Okay, so the first one we'll be making is called a Banana-Almond puppy treat, and it's from prettyfluffy.com. According to their doggy taste testers, these are like mini banana bread bites. Yum. Set your oven for 350 degrees and line a baking sheet with parchment paper. Use a fork to mash the banana in a mixing bowl. Now, bananas are great for dogs. They're high in potassium, manganese, and fiber, which is really good for those dogs with gastrointestinal issues. But they do have a high sugar content, so limit how many you give them. All right, so once that's mashed up, you're gonna add 3/4 of a cup of unsalted almond butter to the bowl. Hi, Miles. Yes, I know. He's excited. 1 egg. And a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then mix it until it's blended. That smells so good. I can smell that cinnamon, the banana, the almond butter. The dogs are already here, excited, sniffing this stuff. So the batter consistency should be thick and goopy like this. Don't fret when you see it like this, okay? Next, you're going to put the dough onto the parchment paper. But you're going to use a spoon and just put a tiny dollop, about a dime size, and line them up one by one across your parchment paper. So I just like to use a spoon and then my finger to get that on there. Just keep in mind that it'll be a bit messy. Are we waiting for treats? Treats? Yeah? You excited? Sophie, Miles, and Oscar all can't wait for these treats. Now that the treats are all lined up, we're gonna put it in the oven for 5 minutes. We just heard the timer go off, so now we're gonna go back into the oven and turn the tray and let them bake for another 5 minutes. Oh, it sounds like our treats are ready. Ooh, those smell so good, like cinnamon, reminds me of Christmas. We're gonna let those cool while we get started on the next treat, which are the diabetic-friendly liver treats from allrecipes.com. You'll need 1/2 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 eggs, and 1.5 pounds of beef liver cut into pieces. The first step is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, just like the previous treat, so maybe you can do it back to back like we are. Then you'll want to line a jelly roll pan with parchment paper. And then we're gonna put the beef liver into a food processor. Looks like it just fits into our little mini food processor. Perfect. Now, you may not know this, but liver is super nutritious for dogs. It contains 10 to 100 times the nutrients of muscle meat. Okay, so I think that looks good. Ooh, look at that, see? Nice and liquidy. Sophie has come back to see what I'm working on. She seems pretty excited about these treats. The next step is to put this into a bowl. And if your food processor bowl is big enough, you can do this step all in the bowl. But ours is a mini one, so. I'm not a big liver fan, so it's kind of gross to me, but it's all worth it for the dogs, right? All right, so I'm just gonna put that to the side. And then you're gonna mix everything else, and the best way to do this is with a wooden spoon, so it doesn't get too sticky. Put the flour in, and then the 2 eggs. We have mini spoons here too, like our mini food processor. So we like mini things and mini dogs. Now I'm just gonna keep mixing here. See, I'm getting a workout and I'm making homemade treats for my dogs. Isn't that great? All right, so now we're just going to pour it onto the pan, just like this. It's going to bake out into a thin sheet and then you'll cut it into squares. So with that in mind, just kind of get it the best you can. Sophie's back again, by the way. So once we're done with that, we're gonna put it in the oven for 15 minutes. So now it's been 15 minutes and we're going to take those liver treats out of the oven. Woo! Biggest whiff of liver right now. Good for the dog nose, not for my human nose anyway. And then we're just gonna cool it. And once it's cooled, cut it into tiny squares or big squares if you have bigger dogs with a pizza cutter. So before I cut this, I just want you to know that it will have a spongy consistency. Not very good at cutting apparently. The good thing is presentation isn't that big of a deal with dogs, I would think. So if you're not perfect, like I am, every line is a little off, not straight, it's okay. Ooh, look at that. Okay. Here's a recap of the treats we made today. The first one was the Banana-Almond puppy treat from prettyfluffy.com. Then there was the diabetic-friendly liver treat from allrecipes.com. Keep in mind, it's probably best to keep this in the refrigerator because we did use liver and it can get moldy quick. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, we're gonna turn to our rough dog critics to see what they think about these treats. Okay, I would say they love them. Thank you so much for watching the very first episode of Canine Cuisine. For Dog Feed TV, I'm Vanessa Pei.